disappointing thing for you tonight?
I mean, it's hard to pinpoint one thing. I think it was all just disappointing. I think embarrassment is probably the right word to use. Just from start to finish, top to bottom, not nearly good enough. Just a bad hockey game from our team tonight.
And how do you sort of in front of them, and what do you say to them?
I mean, like I said, it was a tough night for everybody. There's really no excuse. There's no pinpointing the blame on one specific individual. I think just collectively, probably one of the worst games since I've been here. So,
do you think some of that has to do with the fact that the Christmas break's coming up and maybe mentally you guys weren't dialed in?
No, I don't. I mean, I think we came ready to play. Just a bad hockey game from us tonight. That's really all I can say. It's a tough one to just brush aside. I mean, when you lose 9-3 or whatever it was, just a very disappointing and embarrassing feeling in our locker room for sure.
You guys do have the ability to put things in your past. So you look forward to Columbus. What will that be like?
Yeah, I mean, it's our last game before the break, so obviously, much like these guys the other night against Columbus, took a pretty big loss, and we knew they were going to come out and play us, hard and want a response from their previous game, and obviously they had it, and we didn't really have an answer. So now it's our opportunity, our turn to take this game and learn what we can from it, and move on and try to finish this last game before Christmas on the right note.
What was the thought process on your goal? Are you thinking just get to that, or are you thinking score?
I don't know, just throwing it to the net, trying to catch him off guard, and luckily it went in. So.
It's true. This tough night for us. 4 goals is so disappointed. Like we need I know it's tough, and after the game it's hard to say this, but we need a heads up and keep on working back tomorrow.
Ilya, how are you doing mentally right now?
It's true. It's tough right now. The last couple of games, it's really tough. I need to figure out everything in my head. That's the first one. It's not about technique. It's not about, not about nothing. Just in the head. This is what I'm seeing, and this is just I need to figure out.
I think we appreciate the honesty there. How do you get through that? How do you work with Martin? Do you work with Curtis? How do you get through this?
No, we working really hard every day. Sometimes you feel in the practice really good, but you need to do some same in a game. Yes, this why I'm said it's just a mental hard time for me, but I will be fighting.
Do you have any ideas why things feel so much different for you this year compared to last year?
I didn't feel different too much. It's just about mental spot.
Are you the type that wants to try to get back in as quick as possible to erase it, or do you think you might need a few days to kind of just examine it?
I want to try to get change quick as I can, but sometimes in life it's not working like that. Yeah, it's true. It's it's how I said, it's tough for me, but I will be fighting with this.
Does this feel like the toughest stretch that you've had mentally in your career? Is this the toughest stretch you've had mentally in your career?
I think so. I don't remember how I feel like that.
John, what was the most disappointing thing for you tonight?
I think just how much we got away from the way we needed to play and fueled their game.
Where do you think that Auston called it embarrassing, maybe the worst game the team has played since he got here? Why did that happen, do you think?
It's a great question. No doubt it's disappointing. I think just the level of detail and execution you need on a nightly basis, game to game, understanding your opponent and their strengths and what they do well, and not feeding into that. And sometimes that's being really patient with your game, and we certainly weren't, I think, in a lot of areas, and just did not defend our net well at all.
As a teammate, is there anything you can do to help build Ilya back up right now?
Yeah, just play a whole lot better. I mean, it was ugly from top to bottom, and you want your goalie to settle in, not have to make point blank saves, We gave up multiple breakaways today. Just not good all around.
When a game is as lopsided as this one, do you see value in going through the tape and trying to see what you can do better? You just kind of wash it away.
I think you have a stinker like this one. I think there's obviously value in seeing and understanding, especially the team we want to be and where we want to go. There's obviously times where you kind of put it to a side and push forward, but today was very disappointing.
Ilya said he's struggling. He's having a tough time through this. Can you feel for what your goalie's going through?
For sure. I mean, any player, when things aren't going your way, it's can be a battle at times, and certainly as a netminder, that's where you need to count on the group in front of you to do a really good job, and we weren't good at all in front of them today.
What's the most disappointing thing for you tonight?
I think as a group we just gave up too much. That's a team that likes to get into a bit of a track meet, and they got a lot of offensive weapons, right? And I think we played a little bit too much into their game tonight, and they did it a lot better than we did. So got to bounce back and flush this one, but we got to learn from them for sure.
When there are games like this, how do you not let them fester? I know you guys played 48 hours max, but
yeah, it's part of being a pro, right? Obviously games like that, you don't want them to happen, but 82 game season, it's a long year, and it's part of the game. So as a team, we're gonna have to stick together, and we will be there for each other. And good test against a team in Columbus, obviously that beat us last night or our last game in our own building. So we're looking forward to play against a good squad in there.
Ilya said this is like the toughest stretch for him mentally right now.
Okay.
How do you help him, work through that?
You know what? I think as a team tonight, we could have done a much better job of helping him out. Right? It's a team game for a reason, and we can be much better for him. That's first thing first.
How much of this is maybe you guys looking ahead to the Christmas break, like not being dialed in right from the beginning?
No, I don't think that's it. Like I said, certainly not okay with what happened tonight. Obviously pretty disappointed and upset about it, but we got to get ready for one more game. Like I said, good test in Columbus, and no time to sit here and feel sorry for ourselves. We know we weren't playing the way we were capable of and the way we should have. So you got to find ways to bounce back, and good teams never have two bad games in a row. So looking forward to the test in Columbus.
What was, I guess, the most disappointing thing for you tonight?
We gave up 9.
Where do you think that game came from? Why was it that way for you guys?
Don't have an answer for that. What do you think can be done to build up Ilya right now? We got to play better in front of him. Give him a chance. Give him a chance to find himself. That's it. I mean, he's going to do his work with Curtis, and he's been doing his work. And he's in the net. The guys in front of him need to give him a chance. How concerned are you right now about his mental state? You guys always bring out the word concern. It's not the right way to frame it. We need to be very aware of it. We need to help him through this.
Was it particularly disappointing in the third period that there wasn't maybe as much of a pushback from your team to kind of come back into it, like maybe in other times?
You go back and watch it. I think we started that period pretty darn good. In the third period, we were pushing. I think we had 8 shots in the first 4 minutes of the third period. So I thought up until they scored, I thought we were right there in terms of trying to make it interesting.
Is this a game?
Any more disturbing, Sheldon, to you, that given that the team was rounding the corner in some of these areas, or past that already, didn't have these kind of games in them?
It's just regardless of what we've been through or where we were at as a team, it's concerning that you just allow that to happen, and there's not more of a pushback to try to fix it.
When it's this lopsided, is it easy just to kind of burn the tape and not go through it, or will you dissect this one?
Well, we won't dissect it, but we won't forget it.